What's up, guys? Did a good workout. Shirt is off. Tore up. Okay, so I want to talk to you about a company called Cambridge Analytica. Now, this company, Cambridge Analytica, used consumer data from Facebook and other social media apps and categorized these consumers into groups. One of which they called the persuadables. Now, all of this stuff going on in the country, um, this racial tension that we have, and all these things like that. Charlemagne said that they're inciting putting these ideas into kids' heads who weren't ever even thinking about race at all. So you have a bunch of people who are racially driven and racially their mental is racially influenced. They walk out into the world and they don't just see people; they see color, and it causes people to pick apart what they like and don't like, and make them feel like they need to address what's different about them compared to someone else. And that is all fueled by all of the things in the media that we see. You turn on the TV, you see police shootings. You turn on Facebook, you see rallies, and you see memes and all these other things that's racially targeted. And the topic is race. And then so when Trump was running, it was easy for you know with the rhetoric that he was spewing and his campaign slogans and his whole agenda. The company Cambridge Analytica worked hand in hand with the Trump administration, spending over $1 million on the budget for advertising, which they poured into Facebook, flooding people's timeline with memes and videos of the worst horrific things that were racially related. Just a bunch of false narratives, right? And it caused people's minds to change. People who weren't even going to vote for Trump and voted for Trump because the things that he was saying, once you seen the content that was being pushed, it then changed your mind to be like, yo, maybe he's right, maybe he has a point. So all these people who weren't even really focused on that kind of made that their thing, and it really influenced their vote at the end of the day. Hillary, the numbers were drastically different. I think Trump, had 5.9 million impressions, and Hillary only had, I think, maybe 60,000. So she didn't use as much of her campaign money to fund ads on social media like Trump did. So um, this decision that was made on who would be the president is an organic one. It is completely just it's cloudy. But that's something that we have to really pay attention to in this new day and age of using our cell phones and agreeing to terms and services. It's like we're giving people permission to use this, so they're not wrong for doing it. It's the way that they did it and what happened is like now people like Mark Zuckerberg and some of these other big names in tech are being investigated. But at the end of the day, it's like they put everything there for us to read. So it's like we don't really have to. Um, it's our choice to agree to it or not. We just don't read it because it's so long and it's so drawn out, and a lot of the language doesn't even. It's not basic, everyday, typical guy, girl things that we could probably understand. We would probably have to get a dictionary and then we'll go through and read it and break down every word and stuff like that because it's not the way we talk. It's not things we deal with every day. So for the average person, it's a little more complicated. And then at the end of the day, it's like you don't really have a choice because it's not like you can press do not accept and then still use the platform. You're not going to be able to use the platform, and you can use as many settings as you want inside the platform to customize it to your preferences. But at the end of the day, it's still going to use your data or track your data, and that's just the way it is. And so, as somebody like me, who is a fan of marketing, a fan of advertising, studying it currently. I'm not completely against it. I just think that people should be aware. So that's something that was addressed in the hearing that Mark Zuckerberg did earlier this year. They want to make it so the terms and services are more comprehensible to people who are comprehensible to people who are just your average high school graduate or just somebody who doesn't work in tech. It's really like it's all tech language, but um, so it's like we just have to be careful on how we use it, and just I just want people to know that there's gonna be more times where this happens. I'm pretty sure it's happening right now. In a boardroom somewhere, they're talking about how can they influence or what can they do to go viral and get people to pay attention to their product that they're trying to push, and that's gonna be a normal thing. Data is more valuable than oil. It literally is. Like you can look it up. It's the most valuable resource in the world right now. So I think it makes like $1 trillion a day. So like, just um, be aware that how they tell you, as a kid, that what you see on TV isn't real. Even though things are inspired by real life, you can't look at social media and look at your phone and get information and just think like, yo, like this is real life. Like you can't walk outside your door or your home and approach life based off of the influence that you just seen scrolling through your timeline on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. Like that's not real life. You'll see a meme that somebody could just make up because they think that that's a cool meme and that's what their opinion is, that's what their perspective is, or they could even look up a fact online and fabricate it or exaggerate it. And then you see it, and then now it's like in your brain, it's embedded, and you taking it serious, and then it's like affecting your relationships. It's affecting your social skills. We have to have a boundary and like just try to just get just remember that this is all for our entertainment and our enjoyment. I know it is like such a huge part of our lives. Cell phones, like everybody has one. Social media, everybody has an account. It's a part of life now, but that doesn't mean that it is life. It's just for entertainment, for our enjoyment. So yeah, just give that some thought. And I hope you guys really give it some thought and really check out the documentary on Netflix, The Great Hack. It's pretty interesting. Um, Goes in depth about everything, and it's mind blowing, but it's not surprising if that makes sense. Yeah. Hit the like button, subscribe button. Um, Twitter at DJ No Masters, Instagram at Market Share I. I'm out.